So we just moved our pigs to a new spot, and they've got this whole area behind me to root around and find all these bugs and grubs and everything that they like to supplement their diet. But we are using the pigs to do a certain task, and that is to clean up the wood. So if you pan over there, you can see the line where they were back here rooting around, and they've disturbed that soil enough to where they've cleaned up all this vegetation. So we're going to come in and actually cut this wood up. We'll grind these stumps down, and this winter we cut some of these trees back, and we'll get some solar intrusion or some solar rays in here enough to support a pasture mix. The idea is we'll continue to move this, clean this whole woods up where we get a little bit of light, and then we're going to bring cattle out here next year and continuously move them around to give them an alleyway back into the woods, so when we have these sunny 90-degree days, they can come back and be cool and comfortable. You know, it's in the farmer's best interest to have non-stressed out animals. So out here around the exterior of our field, about 6 weeks ago we came in here when the corn was just about yay tall, and we spread this cover crop mix in between the rows. We did a real fast shallow cultivation to just get some soil coddling around this small seed, and we got one rain to trigger all this, and it's turned really dry. So if you look at our corn, it's really seeing that stress heat of the day. It needs a rainfall bad. But if we do get rainfall, we do have a nice stand everywhere. But what we're going to do with the cattle is bring them in here on the outskirts of this field, and they'll go around here and graze, and they'll trample this down. We don't want them to eat everything. We want this to recover. So you've got pearl millet here that is a warm season grass that likes it when it's hot. It can be chewed all the way down to the ground, and it'll just grow right back out of that swirl. And this tillage radish here can be munched down all the way to the ground, and it'll grow out of this tuber. It's really interesting. We've terminated this with tillage before, and the tuber is like a potato. It'll just bring out spuds. So the energy's in that tuber, so this allows it to be grazed. So this kind of works together as we just got this property this spring. So we put a cash crop out here to see how we can integrate grazing into this, but next year we're going to establish a nice hearty cover crop mix in the fall and feed it with manure, and then this is just going to turn into a just an animal zoo of rotational grazing, and we're going to try to build this soil and change its composition, its organic matter, its infiltration, and grow healthier animals. So one thing, if you can pan out here, I think this is so cool, these radishes starting to take off these blooms, and they really attract these butterflies.